Hi team, I'm Archana. So there is a not much explode problem in India right now. So currently Census 2027 is ongoing, and for a country with 1.4 billion people, this is a very huge data, and for that they have employed approximately 3 million enumerators. So these enumerators needs to collect data within 1 month. Approximately they get 200 plus houses, and they need to collect other data like roads, good roads, bad roads, and all these things, and they need to draw the data on this A3 size map.
This is the final map they need to draw in the A3 paper. From this is the PDF they receive, and this is very hard to do. So they mostly rely on ChatGPT, and these AI try to hallucinate.
So this is where MapMyBlog comes into play.
In here, most of the Indian states have done census enumeration. So the states which are pending are Kerala and Himachal. So that's why I have done localization when it comes to Malayalam. And for logging functionality, since in the video you have clearly mentioned it should be accessible within the incognito tab also. So as of now, I'm not collecting any data, any user sign in, anything. So my plan is to use Google Sign in and use Superbase to collect the user data. Simple. And for let's start into the functionality. So you just have to upload the data. So Census India would give enumerators data, and they can upload this. So once uploaded, next they'll also get an SMS on the area in which they need to do the census duty. So this is getting fetched. So once uploaded, next they'll also get an SMS on the area in which they need to do the census duty. So this is getting fetched, or either they could manually enter the latitude and longitude. So once finished setup, we are redirected to the exact place. So in here, and here I could import that image and scale it up. I increase or decrease the opacity of the image depending upon how much accessible you want. And here placing it, and I'm gonna mark the points. So locking it and marking the points. Also in between, if you made mistakes, you could also undo it. You made a mistake and you want to delete this specific point, apart from undo, you could also delete in here. Let's close the loop. If I confirm the boundary, this is the entire boundary and all this data is in black. And you can see there are some issues with this. Let's say I wanted to change this. In that case, I just wanted to edit it, and I can make it a bit like this. So it looks perfect. Yeah. So likewise, we can edit all these data if you're not satisfied with that, and confirm data. And in here, so enumerators are asked to place, go to each, they need to actually draw these maps. So these are all the categories. So let's say this is the residential area, and in that case, they could place this residential and non-residential has a different. Likewise, all these have different formats. So they could number this one 56 and this one 72, or also they can increase the size of this. Also, let's say a building is very huge. In that case, a building is very huge. We do this, and let's say the building was placed in a different location. So let's say we can place it here. So it's drag and drop. And when it comes to roads, and that these are all path. So in that case, we can map the exact location. Let's say this is a road. So once I click done, it becomes a road. And same for the railway track. Let's say there's a railway track in here, so I'm just gonna do the railway track part. And if I do double tap, because in phone people will be doing this, so this is a PWA, so this is more of a mobile first approach. Likewise, all these data can be used. Also, the data can be changed in here as well. So I can change in here as well. It will change the data in here. So as status type, and so not all the time, the Malayalam version of this, and not all the time the data is. Sometimes they would need Google data now. So here I'm getting the data from open building footprints. So once I click here, it is going to query. So this has queried all the data, all the building data. So since I said the projects Google map projection issue, this might be a little change, but in most of the locations it won't, but in some locations it does. So yeah, so these are all the buildings that Google open building database after querying this we got. So either we can keep this or we could not. So it's up to the enumerator if they want to keep it or not, or they could work along with that. Also, we could get the landmarks for roads, rivers, ponds, forest, and landmarks. So for roads, rivers, ponds, forest, and landmarks. So this is also fetched right now. So these are all the roads in here in this area. So also same thing. So the features here is locating. So the enumerators can be in that exact location and then located. So they would get that pinpointed location there. And this is the my boundary section. And for satellite part, they could do this. So whatever their preferences. And for the main functionality, which is the generation of the A4 size map, which is done. So this is done using the HTML canvas. So yeah. So we have all the legends here. So we can download it. So here an enumerator is working on this project. This is the HLO app, and along with that, we are adding the schools.
It's a future enhancement. I'm planning to do edge detection using OpenCV to directly get the edges instead of user plotting.